Hi, so I guess this is, are we listening? The question is to what? And the answer is to ourselves, to our connection, to the holy moment, as I usually call it, infinite intelligence, but it's not separate from you. So I had this amazing, interesting experience, and sometimes experiences don't really reveal themselves till afterward, till you maybe even a day, a week later. I just had another instance that it didn't happen. I all of a sudden was blown away. It was almost a year, and it just formed right in front of me. So I had a moment of, I happened to be in TJ Maxx, and somewhere where I felt like I felt guilty. Also financially, you just go through, and a lot of people I know go through this, is that, oh, shouldn't really be here. It's kind of like a Costco situation, shouldn't really be here. I know I'm going to spend a lot more than maybe I should be spending. But for some reason I was pulled there, and it was weird. It wasn't something that I wasn't going there for a reason. I actually had a moment in time, and I was actually kind of in just a different headspace, but I felt pulled. So, and I didn't know why. And I don't normally, that's not normally where I get pulled by. I actually don't like shopping, believe it or not. That's not super, for me, it's very about creativity. And so shopping is just like the means to that creativity of being able to create something. And to me, creativity isn't about necessarily finding stuff, but creating it before I find it. So in my mind, I have exactly what I feel drawn to, and then I manifest. So it's kind of a very big manifester for me. It's not like if I were to, like a long time ago, I had to go and like get clothes and do stuff like that because of my situation. And it was actually terrible. I hated it. So I don't like doing it in the sense of needing. Some people do. That's great. But the real question is are we listening? And for me, this is part of the listening, is why am I being driven to go here? I don't really want to financially go here. It doesn't really hold much value to me. And but why am I doing this? All of a sudden I'm here, So then all of a sudden I was in there and I found something that was these pair of pants. And I knew intuitively, I just listen. I'm constantly listening. And it's listening to what? To me, it's the thought. I'm just going to call it it's not a you or a me, or it's just is, so, and you are part of the is. So you're part of the. So what I'm listening to is this holiness, is this connection, is this playfulness. And I knew everything that I picked up, which was great, and I liked it, but they weren't going to fit. There was something that wasn't perfect, or meaning, and I try to really only buy something that is really perfect. So I decided, okay, I just need to go and try these on, and I tried them on, and of course they weren't perfect. It didn't fit, and stuff like that, and it was fine. No expectation. And then all of a sudden I did have one thing, and I was like, oh, I really like this. And they were too expensive, so I actually almost didn't bring them into the dressing room. And I was just like, oh God. And I knew I would like it. And it was the one and only thing really that worked. Then I went, so back and forth. And this happened around 3 times of back and forth. And all of a sudden, I kept on hearing, get the pants, get the pants. And it was very plain and simple. It actually was a voice-like feeling, a voice in thought, And I kept on getting, get the pants, get the pants. And I was just like, so there's this person online, a spiritualist person or whatever. And I kind of chuckled at it because the person's great, they have a great message and so forth, but I'm very earthy when it comes to, oh man, I have chills. Okay, maybe I'm not that earthy. So right when I said that, oh my God, there's no breeze in here. I'm gonna cry. The receipt that I'm talking about just blew off my bed, like blew off. Anyhow, okay, so I'm earthy, elevated earthy. We'll call it that. But that's angel movement. Okay, so when you have all the elements and you realize that nothing is affecting it, and even if it is affecting it in the physical, that's okay. They're still working through that medium. So don't ever like be like, oh, it's just the fan, or oh, it's just this. For in this case, it wasn't any of that. It was just pure energy. But pay attention to that kind of stuff. So anyway, there's this guy who, he always talks about his guides. He's like, my guides told me this and my guides told me that. And I don't like that narrative because it's very misleading. But, so I kind of, in my head, I was like, okay, like I felt like him. And I was just like, I was very sarcastic about it. And, to my detriment, obviously. But I kind of giggled about it and I was like, okay. I was like, what if I listened to this? And then I went through the whole guilt realm, of like, oh, I don't deserve it. Oh, I'm trying to be more responsible. Oh, the unworthiness. Oh, it's just this. It's just stuff. I don't need it, all that stuff, of being human. And it was good because it dismantles. It goes, why are you having it? Why is it necessary? Those kind of things, and really going through all of it. But at the end, I got by the pants, and they wouldn't stop. They wouldn't stop repeating that one sentence. And I say they because it's never just one. Okay, we're a collective. It's a collective energy. So the energy just kept on saying by the pants, by the pants, by the pants. I was like, oh. So I put it back. It was basically 3 times of going in the dressing room, and I was like, should I get something else? And then and then I actually did find 3 other shirts that I really needed. Thank goodness I actually postponed, dragging my feet going to the cash register because I just didn't want to do it. And I was somehow like in my mind, I'm like, well, if I spend more money, then it's just like the things that I want instead of just buying this one thing that I don't feel worthy of having. Okay, ding, 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 ding. And it was weird of how that happens. And I guarantee that happens to more people than just me. And I didn't understand how this was going to play out. And so I trusted. And I walked myself up to that cash register and I actually got a discount on the pants because there was something wrong with them. But I didn't care. I loved the pants that much. It didn't matter if there was a tiny discount or not. And then I bought the pants and I was just like, oh my God, what am I doing? And again, my main goal in life right now has been just follow the current, just follow the flow, just keep on going in the direction that the mind doesn't understand. Be bigger than the mind. Okay, this is intuition. How do I know? And I said, if I was like super rich, would I do this? And I was just like, I don't know. Again, for me, a lot of people that would be a yes, but for me, I'm super like crunchy in certain ways. I don't like to go and be wasteful. I don't, and I also don't want stuff, I'm kind of, that's another issue. But again, that's where I get locked in, and it's just like, what's the flow? The flow is by the pants. Maybe I'll be giving them away later. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So the point was right here and now is by the pants. And I listened. Then the next day, which was today, I went through my purse and I was like, wait a second. And I totally forgot about the pants. And I went to find a lotto ticket that I knew that I bought a long time ago when I actually got grounded again. I'd been traveling and so I got stuck somewhere. And I knew I bought a lotto ticket when I got grounded here. And I was just like, okay, just, where is it? And I couldn't find it. Then it all of a sudden dawned on me. I was like, oh, maybe it's in my other purse. And I'm like, I know I have it. But I didn't know here. I knew here. And I knew it was important to find. because I knew it had money in it, attached to it somehow. Maybe it would be like $1, whatever. And I actually found it in my other purse. There it was, very perfectly folded, pristine, like it hasn't even been touched. And I opened it up and I went online to check it. And the first numbers didn't show up. And then I did double play, and I always get really good luck with double play for me, because a lot of things come doubles for me. And then all of a sudden, I won. I won a little bit. This isn't like a confession, but I won. And I actually won $10 short of my bill. So now I got my pants and my 3 shirts, and I got it for all basically $10. So I guess the clarity in this is, it's not, we always are doing it the opposite way around. We're trying to get something and hoping and trying to get the money for it. Instead, trusting, listening, not just wildly being like, this is what I want and this is what I'm going to get. Not that. But listening, being in your own current of consciousness, of alignment, of what is flowing in this instant. Again, there's no attachment, okay? And I just did it. And then it showed up, of what I needed to do. And then the money followed. And I'm actually even happier because it gives me pleasure that it wasn't all of it, that I still had the physical thing of, now it only cost me $10. That actually makes me feel good that I get to pay something of hard-earned money of mine towards something. So some days I might get more and some days less, but I was just super happy that that's how it works, and I get to experience how it works, and we all get to experience how it works. There's no gift in this unless we're understanding the gift is our own presence, okay? So showing up is enough. That's all we have to do. So there's the pants. So be your own hero. Be your own spirit guide. Listen, tune in. You got this.